Hello, I'm in the Martin Model Home at Cardinal Creek Village, and I'm going to show you how to make a super summertime snack. Today I'm going to share with you one of my favorite summertime treats, fresh cherry salsa. I know you're thinking salsa is tomato and onion, but this version is even better, and it's something the whole family can get involved in preparing. My kids' favorite job is always pitting the cherries. A little cherry pitter helps. They just love to put the cherry in, push the trigger, and out pops the pit. So I've got couple handfuls of cherries pitted here. It works out to be about 2 cups. And I say handfuls because that's another great thing about this recipe. You don't have to measure anything. You just do it all by taste. So it's a great interactive way to get kids involved without the nagging that sometimes comes with having to follow a recipe. So as I said, started with chopped, pitted sweet cherries. You could use sour cherries if you want, but sweet cherries I find work really well with this. And to that, we're going to add a little bit of finely minced garlic. This is a really flavorful salsa, so it has a lot of great, strong flavors in it. A little bit of minced red onion, some honey. You could use maple syrup if you prefer. I just really like the combination of cherries and honey. And a generous squeeze of lime juice. If you prefer, you could use lemon. Again, I just like the lime-cherry combo. And this lemon reamer, if you don't have one, is a really great tool available at lots of kitchen supply stores, and it just makes really good work out of getting all the juice out of a lemon or a lime or an orange. And we'll just give that a little bit of a stir. Next, we're going to sprinkle on some cilantro, because I really like that in a salsa. And we're going to add some grinds of salt. I usually say a couple of pinches. That's probably about enough right there. And our last important ingredient is some chopped fresh jalapeno. And a great tip, if you don't want your jalapeno to be super strong, you don't want to use the seeds. So you can just cut little ribbons off the outside, and that leaves the seeds on the inside. And that's just a great trick with any hot pepper. Even the little thin red Thai chilies, you can do the same thing. And there is some heat in these white ribs, so if you want a little bit of heat, you can be sure to include some of the white ribs. So there, I've only got 1 seed that came out, and then I've got this perfect amount of jalapeno just to mince up. Because it's not super strong without the seeds, you don't have to mince it as finely as you might if you were using one with the seeds included. And this way you've got some nice texture in your salsa with the crunch of the pepper, because the cherries are pretty soft. So that's all our ingredients in there, and we're just going to give it a good stir. And then what I highly recommend is you let it sit for 30 minutes and give it a taste. And depending on your preferences, you might find that it needs a bit more honey or a bit more lime juice, even a bit more jalapeno, even a bit more salt. If it's too tangy, too much lime, the trick there is to add more salt. You think that you need to add sugar to counteract against something sour, but in fact salt is a better way to balance the flavor. So after 30 minutes, give it a taste, like I said, adjust it, and then you can enjoy immediately or cover it and put it in the fridge for up to 48 hours. Happy snacking.